agus go leor imróí de ord chaidán eile a cosisiúd ach cé atá amach rompa an ar an a bhuaig an bblion raisan sin na Piarsaigh Champíní limní agus Bertin Asnabar thisiúd a bhar cartaí dar agus is lethe le cheannis ceart go leor ach tá an stiff ag imróí Shane O'Neill le bua eile starúin.
A team can do, or management can do, to kind of prepare lads for that sort of severe conditions?
Yeah, look at the winter, like January was cold, so look at once the lads get warmed up and get into the game. I'm sure the conditions, staying for both sides, so I'm sure they won't be worrying too much about it. Pitch looks good out there. It's dry. The day is dry. I know it's cold, but once the ball is thrown in, I'm sure they'll forget about the cold temperatures.
Key areas for you today that must go well for you to win?
It's all over the field. It's going to be a huge battle. We're coming up against a very good Piarsaigh side, so look, it's a battle in every part of the pitch. I wouldn't be highlighting one area or another. So look, it's going to be a big battle there, and we're looking forward to it.
Shane, 5 weeks since the semi-final. What have you done since then?
Yeah, we've had a lot of work to do, to be honest with you. After the Slaughtneil game, we knew we had a lot of work to do, so both mentally, physically and with hurling. So it's been fairly intense for 4 of those 5 weeks anyway.
Now, the two boys, you appealed, the last appeal, so you're without the two of them, but you've two good men ready to come in and take their place.
Yeah, well, it's very, very disappointing for the two lads. They show great maturity once they didn't succeed in the CHC. They made the decision themselves, to be honest with you, Macdara, not to rock the boat for the rest of the week, because we know how difficult it is. So we've the two lads coming in, Shane and Kieran Kennedy, who've done it all before, seen it all before, and have played here in Croke Park as well. So we've no fear with them at all.
For management teams, concentrate on their own game. Others prefer to do a little bit of work on the opposition. Is it a bit of both?
Oh, it's definitely a bit of both. From our perspective, as a management, we always analyse the opposition to a certain extent, but you can get totally caught up in that. And again, it goes back to how you perform and how you have the players prepared. And I'd expect them to perform today. And
finally, if they do, are you happy you're good enough to win it?
I believe every time we go out, if we do perform to the best of our capabilities, that we are good enough to win. Yeah, and I think today's the same.
Kyrgyzstan féile Matty Kenny, Cuala Rorú a drona críbe díreach an cúigú.
Takará, well, sin will sit connimmert on tível and nach will. Go you rest from the larger stage and chalk in the sugar. Mo de playing for no china HK goal Paul Shootest. Do Hula to share Takastach and Art. Simon Timlin captain of Forney Gimmer to Lina on Hole. Now Dara Connell the Gimmer to Lorna Park and Tamar Fad the Eshen Buckshire good in Lina la Hole. Better go Jashan Consula Hunyal or David Dempsey. Lorna Park by Jake Malone agus Sean Tracy to Sean Tracy Takamach on the Tosse. Sean Morning Gimmer to Rose Dove Mar Nachuli Lor and Chen. Modulin Tosse David Tracy brief score le hitag. Six do Colin Amsh Egishood. Colum Cronin Tivlish Henry Shocked. The column Chinan Bokamakudi in Lin Lahosok agus Shihan Chin Mark Shute Conor Callahan 3 doyog Egishood Nicky Kenny on far as Kilhonia Tivlish She Colin Amsh Egniki Gujisho Evactus Cola. Modulin Piarsaigh well toss Hagan Guler Gul Tommy Grimes with Conor Boylan or Fionry agus dinner gonna fear that Takastach and North Kieran Kennedy Kieran V Gimbert squad in Norway and Piarsaigh and Crave on the globe on Gado Reeve. Mike Casey Gimbert come on more long holy jet. They chased the corner and Team Muddy Shoot Carl King captain of Fornia Orisha Sula Corn Andy Tommy Moore we got the bra or the Darwin Yele Shane Dowling Takarash Kama I was actually Tossi Lorna Park now Modulin Tossi Ronan Lynch a breeze score legs Mar Hurling score Ken and Shiggy Shoot Holin is Tricha August and Shane Kevin Downs Adrian Breen August Peter Casey Sula action in Zelina Lon Tossach
or there of Dara
Agus Colm Sheena trusts boss and Shady Roods in a draw. Conor Callahan, Mike Casey, atop Farah Khan. Conor Chata Mach, Mariana Gominic, Macador Tivlina, Idolum Dohun, Patril, Ziniro Cheniziro, Dohun Prinyasan, Son Hedir Gormu, Conal, Iroda Tonakilman, Shati Fortunate, Sean Tracy, Tracy Fuivru, Shelley Fothak and Nicky Kenny Rash, with Conor Callahan, Conor Hudson Glowshock, Agus on Foul, Dent or Khan, Hanahan Gonal, Talk Kuntert under Henley Rudy in a row.
Yeah, David Tracy and then let's go all those good son agus
lower spot Chonish ag Colm Sheenan Colm McGarris Chonish the William O'Donnell Chata Rash can include up Colm Shelley Forthage Chashir Chonish the Colm O'Cronin the third fin Europe she would or the Colm O'Cronin agus is there nach will take the Moyer agus well the pinch of Fitzroy is on the Moyer return agus there on Colin and Shay Colm O'Cronin.
Yes, it's Asper conversation.
Howlaha in the Piarsaigh Council of Ishtach. Chat Matla Shane Alan Dempsey. More meet of father Alan Susan team the park and for the harbor Jenny Downs down the third twin score better which is Bulldog Downs Bulldog Hurling and Kevin Downs scored that again long toss.
Go out and Sonny Kevin Downs. I was there interested in size plan. Unse Taik and the Piarsaigh Curstock alone. Just
baby Hurling Cheshire Janet.
Last more than Can Organ son agus just Grammo and son Alan Dempsey here. Agus Buckley come on, but chin chance a cool doy fuck. Chance Eskin is just talking David Tracy. Agus Caffar Ronson. Ni vega go cooling after but Goodiso is still going on and smock very cooler in the
Agus Marduk Matana. Cover Hurling and training David Tracy. Colin Sheen and Ishik is a chilla watching column. Gareth Shocker, Cheshton Passage, 3 Carafas and Yikela Joy Cool and Ish, Mahinta Shahar and Traston, score of a son. Agus got 7 hours scored on Sean Tracy. Toshit some Grishis or more.
An Immerton son, our father and son, on a clue shocked, on Schliger Vogshil and Road or Reagan son, Agus, and then the dollar Sean Tracy. A ton of Rose, Kadich, Agus, Tana Canoch, Agus, I thought Anna Hakirt and Lina Lach, Hool, Agus, lads and people on the park. So, bin score and Clay Kadich, Cabera.
Carol Holding score, Agus, a Goyan, Skippy, and Yikela, and Cantor Titch, Mr. Mail Hole. David Dempsey gir sé bhil, so tí fáte David tá Slockaig Bertrand sin, den ní sé Dara O'Connell. Clibbert eile sin agus Colin Lyons bhil tá sé chuineál súil géir a chuirsa. David Breen chat amachchas sin an tascar maith David, dí Ronan Lynch. Ronan Slockan sin agus go Devon tá dí Halvo bra, Jendig David Tracy here. An bheirt príomh scóraí of Tracy Gaibro Crua an treile bhil ar asmhaidis. Jack Malone is Colin McCronin. Colin McCronin on Congrach will Erod Colin. Tempenergs William O'Donoghue, so she fought it, William. So I'm going to go trust she draw Peter Casey, fought Peter Casey. Ball one, Cleveland is ficking the hair, and Gobby Kujo, Gobby search on catch but order Peter Casey, but a drastic Peter Casey. By his more dish in a Taston, the Pearson.
Peter Casey don't know Anna Lloyd on son agus Anna Money agus Anna Lewis for on son agus fi on Colleen Shinnick test go Geru so very good.
Tempenergs William O'Donoghue, so she fought it, William. So I'm going to go trust she draw Peter Casey, fought Peter Casey. Ball one, Cleveland is ficking the hair, and Gobby Kujo, Gobby search on catch but order Peter Casey, but a drastic Peter Casey. By his more dish in a Taston, the Pearson.
Peter Casey don't know Anna Lloyd on son agus Anna Money agus Anna Lewis for on son agus fi on Colleen Shinnick test go Geru so very good decision winning Doivenish.
And by door touching Nishik Shane Dowling don't score Tosh Shin go Hurling agus na hashtag a hole urn clip of money of the Brabant units for in what she scored a goal when she'd fain one Adrian Breen and the Machanish Adrian and Brother was broke blocker to go Hurling and Shin Oshin Goff Imror Hunde not clear. Catch a glad to make short more than nourishing but slitter booting more. I thought Chella Potterati, the Potterati, Jason, and Kieran Kennedy on that Piarsaigh, and pass Trasgy Casey. Better go back and Gold Casey and Thomas the Ian and Shaw. Irish Hood John Sheenan. Chella Foss, Casey. I would say Titchum Shearish and Bullshak and or the Shachanish, K officer can or Tashi Fodging Downs. Down the Runners Brook, Gary Downs, down the bull, down or a Trasna, there's a Nimbox, 3 nomad, 3 Hurling and 3 Piarsaigh, California Corum.
Yeah, Corum and son agus Downs and Children and Sugar Bra. Hanshi Stock and son are cool. Agus Kupla came better focus of Russia but on the score and son agus top of the shake. Agus better Sidara and Norwegian great called deck for better is figure in the canoe again. And if you not count one, the Grammo get to be cool again.
Go can fight David Tracy go do shots and this time 3 can fight it on radar 5-0 agus or low more shot. It's more a few in.
Claire go go vecken cousin touring the Piarsaigh and son go Eshin on down chairman therefore mar nur fortune need to in honey true templar spot.
So David Tracy har a trasnad glaka shello shot be Shane Dowling atá dogal na bidder ni kin investis fudamach go doka Ronan Lynch is in Samara Shane Agira Etzlon the Peter ní fear mór ord Peter Downs the gen an over Kino Callan Downs was the Gary Reid agus the Downs turning his sheer agus a puck Greg Kennedy, Mo. Jay, Greg, vi gimmers de balle lachorioch, een blin zeo gohen. An oor jarnach, dan in skele Himrio, Cliffe Canish op maand, nog fresh, Cliffe Canish pelle. Agus an puck hier Shinek, Shane Dowling, Harrod Traston. So dan daar de oor, Toshit Corrum. Hey, road o'Hain, and we shot called the sack, Peter Casey, Trishan G. Halvoyena, Peter Gira, continue to Peter Zuccotalon, we should throw the toll and touch a figure, Transy Adrian Breen, Harrod Traston, August, Don Gaydor, on the Piarsaigh, Ibiha, Huntossa.
Yeah, it was cunning me on Cool Boyle and son. Sean Brennan, I talked them off and son bitter took a slot bjog knock and son I get on. Let's the custom Torian chance on son I give it a shock John Sheenan. Only rode it.
Fanat y chenach ta. Mike Casey fanat it. Oh, skill alling. Ni Mike Casey vi on Alan Dempsey. Agus a mail the whole one shin money but to sauce there Barcelona. Put the tries to go David Dempsey. David on pass the Shasala Chain Adrian Breen. Adrian thought Jessica Adrian on here at the vow. So she put or the Adrian Breen. Thought she put Aaron Traston. Oh, scoring ye Caleb watching Adrian Breen. Agdanish the Piarsaigh of holding Cutgate.
Yeah, I was cat far on son Burger. Shot Alan Dempsey agus a piece of skill of das and so, but Caffar Augur says go school cooler either stocks and clean chin couple of bullet mark of not grab hammer Roberta agus you know couple of tackles agus a John like so say good Derek Treat and son.
Catchin Corhara Trust on a chin or Gimmers is your third buckler for rugby Wasps. Can't you put the Trust go ahead Peter Casey os mark to go jazz Casey Ellen Gear Tasha Tortwin scores and Eric Lamontagne and Peter Casey's knees told the Eric Lepres Derek Hannick Peter Casey.
Casey and Sonny talked to stock past Das and Sonny David Breen could I can say Casey and Dara score fight together I can say Anno Brian I can say Olivier Mark on Bork since a kid so he's hit on size on what the Abrevie again. Sharp but they hit on what the Abram son in the Piarsaigh but you know Casey don't know he's not a good man and finish unse hor nor do here
chance to go just to Jinnick Sean Tracy on over go Joey Cullen Shane and couldn't score in a row in hook color down the chat to Mac Reach position later down Peter Casey in piece of jazz cuts you to Peter Casey shot the cutter chance to Casey a goal Anderson goal scored to Peter Casey home and rim the trash coach and mama
there we go cryptic I guess you know hope I guess on a Dortmund on a Rose and Sons of Clare these August keep it a reach on son just take the director but again John Brunner to massive good Hornick a wide row out of Mark and son you know but go for size Brewer and Aaron Unsahor and son on score down and something Hornick Brennan row out of Mark and Hornick should put Inish you know talk Crivet down like I said on the Cora and here Inish a bunk
Jetar Arguel Colm O'Crony in the Channel Bullish Dach Chenach
the Canoy August Brewer Cora and Tussie on the road of Cora Stacks Cunha Shakas Tacht and son August Lamed August A Univaska done Tussie shouldn't know the Vigash to go
no David Tracy yeah she could have Trust and again Shay as Shay Gashud August a toe
de man do met tashi the most latin and son talk Connor Callanish English fan but our birth there August on a score on son of Dowling
Shin Dowling her ball fad Carol Cannigan oh will it see August go can on Emers August got tradition to Conal Dr. go Nimrin the Pearson these fars the Darla or Imrin to gate no more Imrin to gate
well Fraggot on Avance on Cooling you know on Pucks here on Sunday David Tracy down on Kyungshin
Fula Chatterisha was an ish talk Cliffe Canish Mahagan being with the Sulgamach August Tau and Silo Chattachag is on will shoot any hard team in the West Michigan up to Colm O'Crony in the Chatterinish on Rorigo Crony Tash out the dribble to Mike Casey if Alex Tashi watching Mike will come up for the game and Tamaki Fair Kita Shear Peter Casey and Farrah Damson goal second to him Shane Dowling at Chattanish Dowling at Titsaman Chop
She need a Viennese to go cool and neither can didn't want to go to Bertha like I say you know can't she Bruce Susan son or you know Kerry Cooling Conderic August on Clare a gemacht with Begani so can't she Bruce Susan son like I say a course score cut up was his fair
out chance to score in this August it scores an Ansha
but can't she Brew right on son August not a different on tempo or do Begani
Fos Neil Ho so that nears the shot like Sean Tracy she touches Marcus Sean Tracy or a Traston on 3 Colin and Sean Tracy 3 Keen Agason Canoni Jake Malone Culture Rangers David Tracy Turner Suas, Trust in the park, Trust with Dara O'Connell. O'Connell got Ruher is touch, shot the Jessica in a goalie, Oscar Jason, put a hauling, Dara O'Connell, shot, trade from Ago Cuala, 3 score in Yekela, August at Berners Lewis in the Forna.
Anna go wild son here down oil Paul shooter, you know, Hussig and Glushuk, I could say,
Forward, Erlomar shot, going to Nilen Kaneska. Oh, now in the Arnold Tangwall, Marble Wallace. One. There's a catch, which is just the lower again. Callan for Cagan the Tummel. Crony and a contrast in the Scudi. Sheenan. Colum Sheenan, does he put to order Colum Sheenan? August Thorne of Forda or Ho scored on 3-0.
Fehe no made the Dolan son agus Caffarán son and then no made ke goil cool agus couple cooling fight ag the Piarsaigh kit dalala goil cool ag mar the Wadney's farnish better pagani ni steery come on tashi glorgan in a force but tashi ni safe from the leshna pasna agus leshna irokti score ala
Cathal Kinginish Stin Cathal na goalie no sir Kevin Downs will she fetch it down the top shot to GY Sean Moore goal Shiriton Sean Moore and Jenna Gamal Eilu Wasson Soin and Vic Croy again Dohain and that just got tapped to reach David Tracy Trastanish so the Sean Tracy 3 Hulin Lorna Park on to sponsors a Hion was past chance Trasty with Sheenan for Sheenan and Cardurnock on Yard Ame Colum Sheenan Leshaniro shot oh by Timo or Colum Sheenan Leshin He trained in Cuala attack the Murray Conor Callan is in the goal and Schmidt-Roll does he watch a Conor Deard to the Bulldog to Pascal Reiga to Burtis one of the just Sconia one of the Joe Charles Chanter goal better oh does he put our Trastone Egg shoot Nicky Kenny Chanter goal
Ek midorish and pass ag touch back but could pass a mark on some via Nilling Buganin Gear agus
and those are down to Kinton 4 down some Kuchenocha Ilan Chanty Downs Ilan Gary down shit score either Kevin Downs 3 you can't score it again long for some more
Yerkasula Shane Dowling and son is Bralish Vehig Bully on Cave Clay like I said not a hit Johnson you know just to push it Dear car unspotted Duve you know they thought cool Doyle better in ish come back on Sonic David Tracy
with Sashi Korahara Trastonic
Shanty Colin Cronin and son of Vishek retreat ni Vikits good Conor Hollow and son Cosby Lily Roddy does tackle Conor Cannon but Dear
David Breen and Isha Ganshin August David Breen or Havel Lower Clay August David Breen Hara Traston August Hoshin Corum and Cuala Piarsaigh after East Sasha Adrian Breen Shetting Breen Ilan Gary Adrian Breen Adrian Breen Hara Traston well Neil oh Hawkeye Hin McGraw we're the water all this and Russia Hara Traston
well to cool and son Kieran Murphy and son agus got the Coir and good boy Gudito
down in Jenna Hart Board is in a right Peter Casey Peter Casey is a catch up to the come and go pass all in the shock and oh he respect to Jimmy David Dempsey Hepper respect to again they up to David Foes on to Shastoka oh foul can allow with the continue go shin off you're in road foul to near it
Kyle come on and son Washington Tussig like I say Lloyd Shane Dowling which are bullying show on a lawyer Fadistoka
which are Laudry, which are Orly, August and the South, the Human the Piarsaigh, which are Craney, Tashit, Quagableen.
East Indies, the shot Dakar.
Thought job, Jentig. Tracy, hard ball on the bully Sirino. Shacht, we're a little more. Watch a Rasha Cuala, August, they watch Dara O'Connell, the Girl Macher Macharateva Chanach Hungry Contaglina, Constantine into Jenny Jerome Boylan, Crowd Dakar the Dohe, nach Peter Jugjas, Peter Nachjugjas, Slow shot, Lisha Wort, Split on Potun is low, a Vechot, 9 bucks a year replace Kamachin. Now, and our fan of the Chenich, the Hishlick Shadan, Schlitter, Titmer Tala, the Fortune Chonish, Ronan Lynch tries to shut it down. Austin Downs the goalie, Kevin Downs, August Colin Ellen, Kevin Downs, August Goy cannot to reach Ellen.
Gorkon and son Fragler on a hopping initiative Castile Cool and son, Kashi Coolin Doyle, tapping the Cool Doyle and son come from Axel Clay shot.
Dempsey reached. Agus tá pucks here in a shaka. Shahar Traston happened to my cool it has to look cool up. Sin go Har Trastonig shade.
Sais Dowling, say Farron Clehavur and son agus Kate Derek not 5 share shot.
Can you try and catch on his Isla? Oh no, don't catch on here even love Clay. Wait enough with their agenda votes.
Yeah, agus Craig is second in behind son. No, so they just move fair on 5 Cuala on no mates of Russia get there.
It's very Tosh it off with different shot. Down the top of the Joe East. Fox here is Jacqueline now. Kerdy and Hoggy block on the train. The number again, the Hagorma, which I got the fourth of Neil Foes. I should hear it at the back of the Carl King again. Hagstop. Well, Mobby didn't want to present her knees lower. Tom Dory organist. She fought Russia, Connor Callan, Connor Ryan, Sean near the chin, touch cancer butchers. Lab look at the mark. Watch Russia, Connor is Con, Slunker, Thor Timpler, Garrett Timpler, Bull-legged Strategy, O'Cronin, O'Cronin again with all. Hagstop, Puck Sears, Baser knock, well, there is the end of Olin. Now, knee Puck Eric at on, Puck Sears. Cougar a vest or a goal. Really, it's doch a Kasha Tortfin goal.
Oh, Kasha Tortfin Cool and Kintan son are just Cougar so cool, but it's coming for Shinmar, big share of Willa, of Shohin chance Derek. Kasha, Egmont the corner go here, some of Wulche, go hard, I guess go Lloyder, Kash chance again.
Well, they make it for Canish. Nicky Racker Townland, Drehan Dromter, Zeril Column, Kelly Cool, all the rest come on. Kerfin Gancho, Sean Morton attacked. Crummache, Bullinche, August Cole! Sean Morton on Cole scoring August Chapman and his corner Gamay and Breshagan and Joe Neil don't vision.
Yeah, running to one talent rock and son to maybe Royta August big as Stoker, but Massimo never could get a rot and son Grave Grave tilt the cuts on other people who are co-score August Stoker go great Colin Lyons go ahead to Shian and Oganish.
Marcin August fad Lona Machete egg Column Lines, knee, fad, Yeri Tagesh, Marbay, Ambresha Chopay, Oh, Prefshin Tenomed, Ambresha Gesh, the $400 shot to Shomri Festus, August Craig Harvard Ramatul, Problem, brother, or Boxer.
Yeah, August, Dominic on drum being contussic, Hamlet on Breshama, Pucci don't take Marshall, Dollar and Washington son.
Touching the chapter ish, until stock position, Butcher stock to Connor Callahan, Transit Connor Colin. August the Corahara Trastonic Con. A shade scoring you. Great. Ordinals Adrian Breen. She fought Adrian. Tackling here again. We have thought we scored and Vanisha Hart. That's one of the fast Trasta. Test Glick and Shen with Shane Dowling and Jerry Rashkin David Dempsey. Toss Posty David. Toss I got read the goal. Shot on Shane Posty David Dempsey. And pass the bird upon it. David Breen on Dara goal. Score on take the Piarsaigh. On hole. On over David Dempsey.
Yeah, on a cool and son, I can say, on a row right Dempsey and son, I can say, Bulair can't be an agony again, son, Richard Durick and son, you're good enough posty, I can say, David Breen, I can say, cool boy,
Tamalilla, she fought Sean, Tasha Figru, Hunter Sheary, Sean Tracy shocks his boss, and Chin August toss boss on. It's toss boss, Chin and shoot it. Shoot it, thought to score, August Mark, shoot it, Aaron Traston. August Reach Tellem, Barnes Lou at O'Neill, William Chance, Major Mark Loyal at Taston.
Well, Tasha.
Peter Casey a bullet, Ishilichin. Jack the Giri spot to Chim Ronan Lynch, Ronan Lynch, Neil Ruddy, guy brother Ronan and you. Oh, but on a change in Niall Buckley. It's Shanilichi, that's Mike Casey shooting. Sir Cottage, get Mike Casey. Honey Column Lines, where they can just ballach, August Top Pucks here's Jack.
Yeah, no, very good stoke on son on Shan Kalishin, like Murata. Didn't I done Lee Roders on the fair that of August, being a great Tory farm action. Shouldn't Darrell Lee Road, I thought Delta Stock and son getting Connor Cannon, showing Darrell cooling the Hucky gas.
David Tracy, off the Zock, River shot, Nick comes down to Tom Shock and the Rit, was David Dempsey shot to reach, or shot Tarney Shear, will Bunter shot top, Moragenti, Horror Traston by Puck there, Neilin, Hall is a Puck there, or going, Holy Niakela, what take David Dempsey.
Well, on a cooling and son, Ronan Lynch in his touch, I like a Sam, Dacker on Tier shot.
Mike Foley took a shot, Niall Buckley went to mark.
I would talk to him, but you've had Cartag's core.
I should cover Maurice, as in Cantor Corahara Trastoni, David Tracy. Di Ronan Lynch, very acid shot, will it create contact to Joe, organization, put down a trust on, and David Dempsey on Cuala, the more fast all in revision.
Yeah, and the fast on chin up Peter Casey, a commander Lee Ronan son Kimmy, Agus Ronan Lynch down against Dempsey, Ekrohuga Huntagun son to, you know.
Togo, David Tracy shot the Sharnish, Erdogan Fowler, David Tracy near Togo, Colin Knight is Skyler Listen Emirates, Erdogan Heave, Camor knows, David Breen, Greeniger Shelval, Nietzsche Forty, David Breen, Tashi Forty Rasher, Colin Forty, Doro Connell, August Pucks, Asabas on. She need to size goal on and Urnta a wounds Cliffy. Kehe Timber, Bono Mach, Fiho, a Cliffy Canish the Globe, Horla Shed and Nicky Kenny, and Eric Chino Shed Dowling. Fully Sire, Kurt for your numbers, can't more meet up on the nose, to shooter, Tama Kulisha, but she fought a shooter, Tetson Chen. Now, Puck Sire Chen.
The Vassals go Revan son, you know, now Buckley Moran, Earton son, and the road, but Imar put, you know, school to Rex, Tan Retor, school, I was taking the retor.
August the next top Puck Sire, Nicky Keneva, Nihaka Pot Shooter. Now, David Tracy is a. Sean Chanson is to David Tracy. Elaine Kankuramoiga. Elaine Kankuramoiga. Elaine Kankuramoig, David Tracy. Will Ahamerton on the Gaydor. The three men is Vicky, the different Canish on in the globe. One of the Piarsaigh to Piarsaigh. Kevin Ryan to Mishdach. Kieran Kennedy wants him off. Now, Tom White's and Coach of Gorty, Sanam Brescia. Just look on Joe, Butcher Sheerigan. On Shellavaka Foes. On Pascal Retrastic, Glick and Joe Shohanera to Chinnig, Alan Dempsey. Alan Dempsey, Alan Dempsey. No, Shach. John Brennan in front of John talked to my hand, Colin Shading, and don't call Loyal and Tilting the Ord. Butcher Trastic is Peter Knuckles, Urgent the Foes. So she translates, so she fought Shane Stapleton shots to go now. Giro Lane to top. On Shellavaka Reach, Conor Callahan. No, Neil Conley, she's stock father. Podge Kennedy, better good chance one Ella. Better good chance one Ella. Well, chance one Ella. Neil and chance Ella. Dun Gaydor on Nida, Nich Coig. Ta Coast Corrigan and Clifford Canish on the globe. Oh, Fadil or Shul. Again, look land to better on the or not by Jesh Ella Akka. Kevin Downs, Kira Collins, Gillarmers, Bridget of Russia, Heft of Kana into that Bridget. Peter Casey, Spienza, Shepton Piarsaigh Grand Job, Jethro Fiho, on a Cuala Rash, Larry Shield, good Chachtan year on top. August, Ron Huggins, Erdera, Leoch Nemerichin, Holland.
Yeah, well, Vishana Kogu got son, the Huggins to David Dempsey, Sedera, you know, better AFN, August Kevin Downs, Donnoy, Donna Piarsaigh, August Donnoy, David Dempsey, or David Tracy, Gamalash Gale, and son, Don the Cuala, on Tour of the Goref, on Chunnakers Moko, and the shop, but Kafar, son, the picture. On the for Fairlight and Son Sedera, so good which I told Dahimert, Matty Kenny and Sinalon and Victor and Son, August, you know, big size fish for an idea, August, you know, go size, go trick, the course go mar, you know, Dipshire.
No need to cover him.
Shagas and so Tevlam Ta Leach na Himmerha, David Dempsey. David, I mean, what an epic final. Are you happy enough that both the Piarsaigh and indeed Cuala have another shot at it?
Yeah, I suppose we let it slip going in there normal time. Like, we were very disappointed last minute goal, but look, it's another day out for us. Like, no team lost here today, and if you told us about it again, we'd have another day out in All-Ireland final, you wouldn't say no. So
it's so rare that you get two teams that are so evenly matched throughout, and to come out with a draw game after such an epic battle. What's your feeling? Is it one of disappointment or one of, well, here we go again, we've another chance?
Just absolutely, there's no disappointment. We've another chance. The All-Ireland title is still up for grabs. They have it last year, we had the year before. Two of the last two champions. So listen, like, if we felt we had it in normal time, it's obviously very disappointing, but we recruited really well, and I thought we were the better team throughout extra time there. Well, look, it wasn't meant to be, and let's say we've another again now, probably next week, I presume, so we'll give it a lash.
And finally, in a game of such small margins, what can you take from this to try and build on now for the next day?
Just our poor heart and determination there, like playing into a stiff breeze in the second half. They got a bit of run on us for about 10 or 12 minutes, but the way we replied was unbelievable, and it's what this group has been doing for the last 4 years, so it's nothing new. And listen, we'll go in and we'll recover this week, and and we'll go hammer and tongs at it again next week.
A brilliant game, David. We really enjoyed it. Gurmil Magan.
Thank you. Thanks, Bill.
And everything.
Marty, it was the most wonderful game of hurling I've attended for a number of years between the two best club teams in the country. You're saying there's an appetite. I just look forward to the replay. I think a draw was a fair result. Given the conditions, given everything else, we really were treated to one of the best games today.
And Cuala came back not once but twice.
Yeah, you have to give David Tracy full marks. I mean, that wasn't an easy free from nearly 70 yards out at the end. He really, I don't think he missed a free all afternoon, but there were performances all over the field. Great stuff.
Well done, and thank you, Tom, for joining us. We look forward to the replay whenever it's going to be played.
One more game to decide who are the champions of 2018.
Tough game with two really top-class sides. I thought the players gave absolutely everything on both sides, and just immensely proud of my own players, and we have a go at it again now.
People have asked us in the past about our drive, our ambition, after winning last year, and I can tell you, the ambition in that group, if we have to go out in Piarsaigh 5 more times, to get a result, we'll do that, because this is where you want to be. You want to be in that All-Ireland final day. It wasn't settled today, but we'll have to go again whenever, and we will be ready for that.
Yeah, certainly was. Drama to the end at Croke Park, and maybe, I guess, a fitting conclusion to the match. You enjoy that, Anthony, yeah?
I did, Michael. Myself and Sir were just chatting off air. There won't be too many sore bodies after the football final, I'd say, but there'll be a lot of sore bodies after that one. I think Shane O'Neill covered it very well there when he said, two great teams, and really the two outstanding club teams in the country meeting and serving up an intense, immense battle.
And such a difference to the football final, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, look, straight away, Cuala probably settled a little bit better, but the Piarsaigh came back into it, and it ebbed and flowed, and maybe Cuala a little bit fortunate, but at the end of normal time and at the end of extra time to come out, but I think very little to separate them.
Sure. Great excitement, sir. A little bit scrappy maybe at times here and there, but it was so intense because, of course, we had the two All-Ireland champions of the last 2 years.
Yeah, Michael, it was okay, as you say, scrappy at times, but it was intense, and the middle third was really crowded. Here's David Dempsey coming in. A lot of this now today. Going to take a shot, blocked down. Shoot, he gets in or just blocks it down. Again, you'd imagine it's going to be cleared here. There's hooking and there's blocking. Now, that kind of looks, when you're looking on from the stands there, God, it's like a rook. But it's hard to get the ball here. This was happening a lot today. You think it's going to be cleared here. Again, another black cloud here. Bang, stopped again. So there wasn't much room. The middle third was really crowded. But once it livened up, then it was only 8 points and 6 at half time. But then after that, it took a mind of its own. There's some great tackles, some great blocks, and why that might look it doesn't look fancy. That in itself, it takes a lot of hard work and kind of commitment to do it. Again, it's a free out there. Paul Shuley got the free out. Both of the teams. A draw in the end was kind of a fitting result. Okay, both of them will analyse and say we could have won it, but it was lovely to be there to see a draw and to look forward to the next day.
It was, and sure, I suppose maybe a few rucks was appropriate in the weekend that's in it anyway.
Yeah, well, sure, we congratulate the rugby players. Sure, they're rucking all the year, which is great. But that's the old timers, Michael, are saying, why is this happening in hurling? It's happening because people are dropping back. You have the David Tracy's and you have, the David Dempsey's coming from wing forward or coming deep to help out, say, midfield or defences. So you have more backs than forwards, and the middle third is really crowded.
Yeah, there's no real advantage then, sir, in whipping on the ball, because you're probably hitting it up to a loose guy in a half-back line that can really hurt you with a score, maybe.
So and that's the changing dynamic of the game, isn't it?
You're trying to hold possession, what I mean? Get it and try to play it to a better person, or even pop it to a pass. It mightn't be as fast as before, because before you get it and shift it.
Yeah.
But now, it's all about kind of going through the lines.
Yeah. You mentioned there, Anthony, that Cuala settled the better into the match, but then, of course, Piarsaigh had their own purple patch, if you like.
Yeah, Michael, it was 4 points to 1. It looked to be settled into a normal enough pattern, but they really stepped it up. Alan Dempsey, to me, was outstanding today, got his head up. When they started to play this type of hurling, over to the brother, out in front of his man, gets the head up again, sees that Adrian Breen has made the run in the middle, and this is one of the scores of the game, just 3 quick balls. Yeah. Great score. Again, Alan Dempsey in the next clip has an awful lot to do here. Now, we watch this, that long ball with a little angle on it. Sean Moore is he doesn't play a sweeper, but he likes to sit deep. Yeah. But I mean, they get a 3-on-3 above, and once the ball finds the hand of one Peter Casey, the rest is probably just poetry in motion, really. I mean, what a jink and what a turn, and no backswing. Beautiful, beautiful finish. And, once they started using the ball properly, I thought they were at their very best. Ronan Lynch short ball, and Kevin Downs had a great game today, 4 from Clay, and that gave them either side of half-time. I thought they took over the games, but Cuala fought back most of the time.
They did fight back, and I think, Cyril, that you have to give great credit to the defending All-Ireland champions.
Yeah,
it looked on 2 occasions, in normal time and extra time, like it had just slipped away from them.
Yeah, but they're not All-Ireland champions for nothing. They're very good. Yeah. Like this little flick pass, they're great at finding possession. And here now, Jake Malone from way out the field. They're 4 down at this stage, Michael, and they go on a run, and they get kind of 5 points in a row. Like here's David Tracy, couldn't like little flick into the brother. And again, he had a fantastic game, Sean Tracy, over the bar again. So they're eating into the lead. Like the Piarsaigh didn't get a chance to build on that. Here again, coming back deep, little look up, good bit out the field. On a run at this stage, Darragh O'Connell from Abbey-Dorney down in Kerry, a fantastic score. When them kind of scores go over, Michael, the backs, all you can do is look up. Now again, fierce tackling here, full commitment. They went from 4 down to actually go a point up. Now this could have been a goal. Beautiful flick on here. There's another great did a lot of work here. Colin Cronin gets inside here to Sean Tracy again. A little hand pass on. Now this comes to Nicky Kinney. Now he took the score. I thought he should have gone for a goal. They would like it tapped over the bar. So from 4 down, they went 1 up, which was a great return without getting a goal. Like it showed that they are true champions.
Oh yeah. Well, I suppose, Anthony, from both perspectives, and this applies as well to Piarsaigh. You know, when it's a draw, then every play in the game is a decisive one, especially like as you get to the end.
Yeah, or the fear of a mistake as well, Michael,
exactly,
and that can happen. And they actually looked dead and buried, and they just had resorted to desperation this stage, dropping in the free. And look at, while some of the Piarsaigh lads might give out about the free, I think they'll probably give out maybe a little bit more about the way they defended the free. It was Colin Cronin winning the free, Peter Casey and Kyle King were around him. But I mean, really, Sean Moran, credit to him, but with 6 in the goal there from the 21-yard line, they will be disappointed when they sit down to do the analysis. Think it came off Podge Kennedy's hurling into the net. And again here, like Peter...
Was this a free here?
Yeah, he might have been fouled himself, but when he was on the ground then he gave a little drag to Paul Schulte's hurley, and this is pressure stuff from Tracy now. 12 out of 12 frees today, 100%. And I mean, that's the last puck of the game all, but okay, there was one more chance for Alan Dempsey, maybe, and a little one for Conor Callaghan, but that's some return from Tracy on dead balls, because, you know, March hurling, dead balls are absolutely massive, and he was prolific today.
Oh no, he was excellent. So it's ended all square. We don't know yet when the replay is going to be. That, I gather, is to be decided on Tuesday, and we've been speculating as to when and where it might be.
Yeah, so the biggest speculation is who's going to win it.
And who's going to win it, of course,
you know,
obviously.
I suppose, to me, looking at them, Shane Dowling these days might improve a bit from fitness because he's only back from injury. Also, their bench today, and the Piarsaigh mightn't be as strong, though. They have Tommy Grimes and they have Conor Boylan that were sent off the last. These guys won 121 last year with Limerick All-Irelands. They'll be fighting for positions, and even if they're not on the team, they could be coming on. Now, you're going to find, they'd be stronger bench, but you're going to find as well, Michael, that a replay usually takes on a life of its own. You'll probably find that someone is going to win it well, because like that's what usually happens in a replay. But I think people at home may not realise how cold it was in Croke Park today. It was freezing cold, it was bitterly cold. And to get that kind of quality of that game for, you know, in the extra time, like that, both teams deserve great credit. And like, there wasn't a dirty stroke in it. It was up and down the pitch. It was helter-skelter. OK, there might have been a lot of what we call rooks. Like, that's the modern game. But by God, there was a lot of good hurling as well.
Limerick lads might be looking for the Gaelic grounds now, Cyril, as well.
Well,
tough schedule on young Jerome Boylan, who has to play on Wednesday. I think he's playing against St. Kieran's in the colleges semi-final. He was outstanding today. So that's so much to look forward to. I presume next weekend. We can only presume, I suppose. But there's club championship coming up in both counties, Michael, so it needs to be played.
Should, lads, these decisions not have been made in conjunction with the match? I mean, there's always a possibility.
Well, you'd imagine that, OK, you go to extra time, and in the league semi-finals that there's probably a shootout. But, like, you'd imagine when they're making the fixtures that if it is a draw after extra time, that they would have a contingency plan, that they'd know tonight the date and the time and when the venue is going to be. Like, there'll probably be no meeting on Monday. Tomorrow, Monday's a bank holiday. So, like, you know, you're going to probably be Tuesday hanging around. Yeah, you would imagine that, like, when they're drawing up the fixtures plan, that they would have envisaged. It could happen, like, you know, on you know, Sod's Law.
Pat Gilroy and John Kiley are not getting their players back for another week anyway, at least. We know that.
Wherever it is and whenever it is, we're looking forward to it.
It's worth going to see.
For sure. OK, that's it from the programme. My thanks, of course, again.